All right. Good morning. Hello there. I'm so excited to get to chat with you. Um, we just got back from our vacation, and you know how the first couple of days are tough because if it's taken your batteries out, like if you're low energy afterwards, there's a reason for that. It's called post-event collapse syndrome. So just food for thought if you ever experience the need for significant downtime or feeling slightly depressed after coming back from an adventure. Um, Sometimes you just need to recharge your batteries. Like it's a lot, right? Especially if it involves the airplane or layovers and like rental cars and that kind of thing. Like it can be stressful to come back from vacation, right? And to settle back into your existence. So if it takes a minute, just give yourself grace and time and try to make sure you're getting nutrition, try to make sure you're getting some water, right? Like very maternal advice there, but like this is how you provide self care, right? In moments of recovery, right? To ease back in. And your mileage may vary. What I need whenever I get back from vacation may not necessarily be what you need. In my case, like after big events with big personalities, or just a lot more personalities than I'm used to dealing with, um, you know, coming back, right? Like need a lot of quiet time, need a lot of me time. Like don't necessarily want to engage with other people, and that includes my spouse, right? Who I love to pieces, but I'm like you have to leave. I just need to sit here and stare at the ceiling completely blown out about like all of my senses being like used so much. Um, yeah, so like be gentle with yourself. You're doing your best, right? Like, and I think that's the I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, as you know, like about like how to build a YouTube channel and what does that look like, and trying to educate myself about like how to do this right? Like, and you know, the the creators out there who've been doing this for a really long time, they just say to go, like just get started. Your people will find you. And so I don't need to know what the road looks like to have faith that the road's gonna work. So like here we go. Like let's go and dive into it. And so as a recap to kind of what I want this video to be about today, just a reminder of the entire purpose of this channel is that I'm wanting it to feel like a conversation. I'm wanting this to feel very much like the example that I use is a Marco Polo app. And so I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I just happen to use their service for conversations that I have with my loved ones who are spread out across the different time zones. And so it's just one of those ways that I'm able to stay connected to people that I care about in a non social media way. And so I think this is really important to discuss. I have a lot of ideas and a lot of concepts that are like cover a lot of topics, and they are all also very interconnected. And so just bear with me. Sometimes for me, I get self-conscious because I feel like this is an ADHD rant, and I wonder if it makes sense. And I hope that I'm being cogent when I'm expressing an idea to you. And so I just get crippled with how ugly the internet can be, but that's another problem for another day. Here's what I know. I know that the universe is working for me, and I know that because I've gone through a lot of coaching and a lot of therapy, and I've surrounded myself intentionally with finding the people who would pour into me and love me, and it's done a couple of really great things for me. It has allowed me to find my sense of self, right? The way that I feel comfortable and good navigating the world, taking up my entire square, if that expression makes sense to you, and then it's allowed me the other part, which is the best part of this, which is to grow into my best version of myself. I truly do feel like I'm living my best life at the moment, and I really think that others could benefit from hearing kind of how I got here, right? Like kind of what this looks like. And over the years, I've been a public speaker. I've worn a lot of hats, and so when you look at my resume, I do not have a traditional resume, but it's legit. Like there's good stuff in there, and so trying to kind of navigate like what the world looks like, right? Like I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot about how to be happy navigating an unhappy world, and I think we should talk about that. And so I don't yet know like what this is going to take the shape of. Is it going to be inspiring? Yes, I hope that it will be. Right? Is it going to be educational? Yes, I hope that it will be, right? Is it going to be, um, it's for sure going to cover a wide range of topics. I have a lot of interests. I live a life of many directions, which is why we've named this YouTube channel A Life in Many Directions. We've built a website devoted towards developing a blog and a video presence. So the premise of this is to handle a lot of problems. I believe that it's important to live a life in many directions because we are multifaceted and complex creatures. I believe that some of us are wired to do more things in the world. Some of us are what I would consider to be makers, and so we are constantly seeking, constantly learning, constantly growing, right? And if you're one of these people, you're my people, right? Like, come on over, let's have a conversation. And I have to believe that there's a way for me to win in 2025. Okay, so like that's where this goes. I come to this practice with gratitude, and I'm going to try to be as transparent, as open as I can be, right? Like with my own like healthy boundaries and like protecting my mental health and well-being as a primary function of this. Okay. I have held off on building a YouTube channel because I've heard so much about the tax that it takes on your mental health and well-being, right? Like, because you can get locked into like catering to an algorithm, and you can, like you can begin to become obsessed with this idea, and you can reach burnout very quickly. And I've been very protective of my time up until this point because I was attempting to protect my mental health and well-being, right? But this is worth doing. My message is worth sharing. I've got stuff that's important to talk about, right? Like, I am a force for good in the world, right? Or at least I try to be, right? Like I'm doing my best, right? And you're not going to tell me that can't win, right? In today's economic environment, you're not going to tell me that is not a breath of fresh air and something people want to be involved in, right? Like, and that people want to be a witness to, right? So that's my light. Like, that's what I like. That's what this is going to start to look like in the short term. Like, I don't know what it's going to look like in the long term, but like, if any of that sounds good to you, like, let's go. Let's have a conversation. So, we're here at my house. You're a guest in my house. I'm currently on my couch in my living room. I've just woken up. I typically tend to have conversations with my friends out and about in my life, living my daily life. And so that feels natural and organic to me here in this space. So I'd like you to come with me while I do tasks, things that bring me joy. The things that suck as well, but because I'll be transparent, right, as much as I can be, but like also protecting my privacy and, right, my desire to live a quiet life, because I do have a desire to live a quiet life, which is why I didn't build a YouTube channel. Okay. Food for thought. When you have knowledge, right, and you understand how things are built, it can also be a disservice to you because it slows you down. It makes you consider other aspects. It makes you ask questions. It's not bad because sometimes that's planning and strategic planning about how to navigate the world, right? Like, that's just business, like that's good project management. We're all about that. But there comes a point in time in the planning process where fear can talk to you, right? Like, and fear kills more dreams than doubt ever did, right? Like, I don't necessarily believe that I'm going to be successful at this, but I don't necessarily need to be, right? Like, the function of this process is me sharing good news, like, and sharing like good things and knowledge, and like showing that you too can do hard things, and like come do a hard thing with me, right? Like that kind of thing. Because we've oversimplified a whole lot of stuff in the world that's super complex, like winning and success and like how to be on top in the world. I don't believe that we have to win by intimidation. I don't believe that we have to win through super type A stuff. Like, how about we do this sustainably? How about we do this with the the premise of progress over perfection, right? Like, as a Scrum Master, I'm a certified Scrum Master in my daily function. We value humans over process, and so, right, like, some flexibility is required. Um, we're going to talk about that here. Like, it's just, we're going to talk about business stuff. We're going to talk about YouTube stuff. We're going to talk about art stuff. That'll be important. You'll see about some of that later. You're going to see my hobbies, what actually, like, brings me a lot of joy. Dogs. I love dogs. Send me your dog videos. Like, I love dog videos. They're best friends of mine that I haven't met yet. You should just know. There are no bad dogs, only bad humans. Yeah, like, no, there's a whole world out there. Gardening. You're gonna see me garden. I happen to have it's about a little over it might be a third of an acre over here in the greater St. Louis area, and it's a fresh build. Like, it's like flat. There's nothing here, so I can put whatever I want to on it. We have been casually building a food garden in my backyard. I currently have 7 raised beds that are in various heights. Some of them are 30 inches tall. Some of them are 12 inches tall. And the premise behind this is that I'm attempting to utilize a process called vertical growing to maximize the amount of yield that I'm getting in my backyard, for a number of reasons. First of all, it's relaxing and I enjoy it. I like going out and casually walking through the yard once a day to see what's going on and what's new, and that's exciting to me. The other thing about it is that if you've ever had a tomato grown in your backyard, it is the way to go. I am a tomato snob, where, like, when people are like, do you like tomatoes? I like great tomatoes. Like, if it's fresh from the backyard and perfect and, like, ready to eat, like, it's my favorite way to eat it. But if you want me to eat a shipped tomato, I'm probably not gonna. I will always pick it off because I'm a tomato snob. Like, I'll eat a great tomato, but I'm not going to eat a yucky one. So that's just me, y'all. And then, okay, so gardening, like, you'll learn about that as we move forward. Then, of course, there's my my sewing skill set. I picked up sewing during COVID. Taught myself how to sew because I was hoping to make face masks for my community. I ended up making a apron that turned into a really fun project, and then it turned into pajama pants, and now I've been sewing for 5 years. So it just comes with the territory. Along the way, I didn't just teach myself how to sew on a sewing machine. I also taught myself flat pattern drafting, right? Like, as a flat pattern maker. So I bought the textbook on how to do this and have taught myself through YouTube videos on how to do that. And so as a part of this process, like, you're going to hear me talking about, like, all these different components. And I hear you that there are some of these topics of my interests of mine that you may not find valuable, but I urge you to stick around because it does connect to other aspects of your life if you can be open-minded to that, right? Like, if you can see, you just stick with me, where, like, it'll get there in the end. Like, it'll be a long and winding road, and there will be many, many discoveries along the way, but the journey is the best part of the process. And living a life in many directions is worth taking note of, right? For the improvement to mental health and well-being. It is not just enough for us to get up and go to work and have kids and feed ourselves and go to bed at night, right? Like, there's more to the world than that. And that covers nutrition, it covers sleep, that covers, art, therapy, right? Like, play, right? Like, if any of that sounds good to you, I would love to have you come join me in this conversation. So the way that Marco Polos work, just to remind you about this, just so that, moving forward, this will make sense to you. I'm just going to come in like I do with my friends, right? Like, hey there, I'm so glad to see you. I've missed you. I've been out of pocket, right? Like, I've been out of town on vacation, but I'm back. I'm here. I'm back into the groove doing the thing. As a gentle reminder, right, for my own mental health and well-being, I'm going to give myself the grace to show up here imperfectly, which means that I won't have makeup on sometimes. And or most times, or, sometimes I'm just in gardening clothes and a hat, right? Like sometimes I'm just running around my backyard getting stuff done. And sometimes it's going to be me sitting here with a cup of coffee talking to you in the morning before I start my day. And I'd love for you to join me. And I hope this feels like a warm hug. And if it also feels like it's going at warp speed, that's cool. I get it. But when your soul's on fire and you're doing the things that make you light up and you are sharing that with others, that goodness with others, that's hard to beat. And everybody needs that candle. Everybody needs that candle. So if you don't have that, if you don't have your spark lit up, like, I hope that this kind of gives it to you. I know that when my friends do it with me, I feel the same. So if you love this, leave me your own little Marco Polo video down below in the comments if you choose to. If you're a video kid, if you're in, because I believe in different learning styles, right? Because there's all different kinds on this planet. We all live here in this melting pot together, and there are many different ways to do things. So, if you're an auditory learner, leave me a recording, right? Like, leave me your voice message if you choose to. If you like to type it out, and I love me a keyboard. Ooh, I love me a keyboard. I love the ability to type my thoughts out and like send it to you in a chat box. So if that works for you, do it that way too. But however it is, if it's like and subscribe on the video, right? Like, as a lot of YouTubers do, whatever. And let's see where this goes, right? Like, do you want to come with me on this? I've been dying to share this with others for a really long time, and I thought it would be in book form. I thought it would be in my business coaching practice. I thought it would be, right, in scrum teams, right? Like mentoring a small group of people, right? Like, I really did think it was going to be all those other ways, but, maybe it is on YouTube. Let's go. All right, like, let's get into it. I'll show up here and do the work. And we'll see where it goes, right? Like, let's go see what happens. Anyway. Have fun. Talk to you soon.